Hey YouTube, we are back with another trading video. This time I'm going to switch things up a little bit and I kind of want to go over how to read the time and sales and how you should look at it in the middle of a real life trade to determine whether or not you should make an entry or not. I used that actively this morning, so I'm going to see if I can get some footage up and explain exactly how I used what I saw to let me know whether or not I should actually take the trade or not. I hope you guys enjoy this content. If so, feel free to share with everybody you know and let me know how you feel about it. Take care. Hey guys, we are here on FCEL. So I wanted to give a quick rundown on time and sales and L2, and then we're going to go and compare it to what I saw this morning and exactly what I wanted to show you guys and to kind of give you some information on. So as you can see here, this is my montage. I sort of have a very small window recording right now because we're at the end of the day and we're honestly about 6 minutes out from the bell, so I don't really expect anything crazy to happen. Plus, this isn't going to be live data, so I'm not really worried about that. One of the biggest things that I wanted to focus on right now is the importance of time and sales versus L2, and how that kind of structures and gives you the kind of confidence to back up what you see on a chart, whether it be 1 minute or 5 minute, and to differentiate between the bullish movement and bearish movement. Really what I mean by that is there are certain levels which you will see where bids are starting to stack up and also asks are starting to stack up. So we're going to go ahead and look at the live stream as the data pulls in, and I want to kind of give you an idea of exactly what I saw this morning. So again, we're at the end of the day, so you aren't going to see many of these huge orders disappear. Like we have an order here for 37,000 shares. I don't really think that a huge whale is going to come in and just say I'm going to take all these shares, but you know, it's there, and this is what I would consider a ceiling just because it's that large and it's at the end of the day. Now, some people, and this is one of the big things that I wanted to discuss in this video, and I'll probably come back to this multiple times, is that the L2 can be interpreted many different ways. Some people see data that's here as bullish, others see it as bearish. I've seen both ways, and it's been the complete opposite with different gurus and different people that you see across YouTube. So sometimes you have to be really careful who you just think is preaching you the gospel. You need to do a little bit of research, and you need to look at the charts themselves as the data flows in. So here, what we're going to look at is we see a lot of orders here. Obviously, there is just a ton of orders sitting here on the ask. So one of the biggest things I saw this morning as I was trading, and again I'll go and show you exactly where I was looking at it, is there was a price level this morning in FCEL. Now the orders lined up on the ask right here at the top, and it was a large order compared to what was already down here in the bottom half of L2. It was an order for around 18,000 shares. Now a lot of people would look at this and say, okay, that's a ceiling, that's too high. If it's not going to push through that, that's something that I want to bounce off of and I'm going to go short. Other people look at that and say, okay, we have a lot of people lining up to sell, so that looks like it's something that's really bullish. I want to jump in before it gets through that and goes even higher. That is where time and sales come in. So this morning when I was watching this, it's actually this stock, I'm still on FCEL, these orders below were very, very small compared to the 18,000 share order that I saw on the NASDAQ come through. Why is this important? I didn't know if this was going to be a ceiling or if it was going to be a catalyst that where the price would move on higher. And once I'll show you exactly where it was right at the top of the day. And again, this was pre-market, so that's why there wasn't really any levels to go by. There weren't a ton of trend lines and stuff like that. So really all I had to go by was what the orders were telling me to do. So what we'll see is here on the right hand side where you'll see my ticker. Again, I don't have the full ticker up. I have my entire screen, just one whole ticker. I read this all the time so I can get an idea of where the sales are going through. As you can see, I have green, which is going to be folks that are buying on the ask, and then I have red. Right there, you just saw a huge one where they basically filled on this bid over here, and that's kind of the bearish side of this. Where we were at this morning is the 18,000 share size sat here for a good, I would say 4 or 5 seconds. And I did not see the buy orders coming in on my ticker to give me the confidence to say, okay, people are actually buying these shares up, which means that people think that this stock is worth that price. Then it is a bullish activity, and you can say, all right, let me go ahead and jump in, because once those 18,000 shares are bought up, the next thing you have is going to be these prices here, which means those are going to be the next in line to be sold. This morning, that was not the case. What we had was this share size sat right here at the top of the L2 for a very long time, what I consider a long time, and I never saw any buyers coming in over here on our L1. So to me, and this is exactly what happened. I'll go and I'll show you the chart. I didn't take the trade. It was right at high day, and it could have been a perfect breakout and a perfect rip through the high day. But as we'll see, it turned into a ceiling, and it bounced and actually rejected. So we have just hit the end of the day, so I'm going to jump over to that chart and show you exactly where it was. Unfortunately, I don't have the replay footage to show you exactly the time and sales where that happened, but I will give you an idea of exactly what happened and explain what I saw. Okay guys, here we are at FCEL. This was trading with some volume this morning due to earnings, and they actually beat their earnings, so this stock did move up just a little bit today. Now, what we were discussing earlier was the ticker and where we saw the large order come in and just sit at the top of the L2. I'm going to show you that area right now and see what happened. All right, here we are. We are in pre-market, and this is one of the reasons that we didn't have a lot of data to go off of. As you can already see, I put this level here. Well, this is the level that I drew based off of the ticker information. Right around this area right here, which I will circle, is where I was looking for a move past high of day. All of this information obviously hasn't come in yet, so I have absolutely no idea where this stock is going. But I do know that it has a really good catalyst, so I was thinking, okay, why not go ahead and get in with a small amount, and we'll let it run for a little bit. Well, what happened is, right around this area here is where we formed the top. And we also saw, and I'll tell you what, I'll go ahead and get rid of this line so we can, there we go. So this is what I was seeing before I had that level. I had no idea what we were going to see moving forward past this candle right at 920. That's where I said, okay, is this thing going to move past this previous high, which was right here, and move on up? Or is it going to get to this level right here, which you can obviously see now, and reject? That is exactly what it did. It went here. That large stack of 18,000 shares came in and just sat on the L2. Now again, I did not take any trade on this just because I saw those orders not getting bought, and I was skittish. It was still pre-market and we didn't have a lot of data to go off of. But as you can see, that was the right thing to do. If I would have looked at those 18,000 shares and said, oh Lord, everybody's jumping in, there's a huge share size on the ask, that must be bullish. Well, that was absolutely incorrect. It was actually the opposite. Why? Because nobody bought the shares. Now, if I would have saw those shares sitting there and then it started going down from 18 to 17 to 16 to 10, and I saw that on my ticker and I saw the shares actually starting to disappear and the green numbers start popping up on my L1, then it's a bullish pattern, and I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and jump in with these guys. If they're bullish about it, I'm going to go ahead and grab me a size and I'll go with you. And unfortunately, that didn't happen. I'm glad I didn't take the long, because I would have had to stop out and that would have been an early loss before the bell even rang. Okay guys, that was a really quick overlook on the ticker and also how time and sales works with the L2 to give you kind of some confirmation when you don't have levels yet on your charts. I hope this helped a little bit, and I'll be sure to put more of these videos up. That way it can be more informational and educational. Take care, you guys.